I want to say that the people of Nyandarua stand strongly with the people of Kiambu. We are here because the approach that the state has taken us by surprise, because the victim has been called here all the way to Nyeri, a senator who has been elected in Kiambu, to come and give evidence of what, in our opinion, we believe was a state-sponsored chaos. If indeed the senator for Kiambu had any information that the DCI or the regional CID officer wanted, we took ourselves to the DCI in Kiambu Road. They told us that they have nothing that they want to really hear from us. But we have seen this in the past, and my comment will be very short. We would want to say, specifically to President William Ruto, the people that you are harassing, we are the people that voted for you. The powers that you are exercising, we have donated them to you. It's not that these are your powers. They are our powers. The people that you are harassing are the people that voted for you. And if you imagine that by calling us using the police, intimidating us, the senator for Kiambu went to the family of the person that had lost their life today and give his last respect on Sunday, and DCI officers were in that home within 5-10 minutes. If you imagine that you can intimidate us to measure the resolve that we have, we are extremely determined to speak for our people, determined to speak for our nation, and determined to stand strong and stand for what we actually believe in. It is not a crime to support Rigathi Gachagua. It is not a crime to support our own people. They are our people. And I'm happy that we have been invited here. I've been told that this is the place where Dedan Kimathi was arrested and locked in before he was slain. So this is historical, especially to the people from this region. Yeah.
Senator, kwa sababu mimi kama mama kutoka Kiambu sijajua Senator Karongo jana. Senator Karongo tulikuwa tunafanya naye kazi kule kwa maredio. Ni mtoto wetu wa Githunguri, kwa hivyo mimi nimekuja hapa in my capacity as the mother to represent the parents of Karongo Wadhangwa, who are very, very worried that their son is being tormented. Their son has been in the hideouts because he's been threatened. And we are very, very concerned that Karongo Wadhangwa, who is a member of parliament a senator representing Kiambu, and having attended a funeral peacefully, and he did not even speak, he was not even given the microphone to speak during the funeral, has been summoned to come to Nyeri. He represents Kiambu people, not Nyeri people. So we would want to know why there is this discriminatory summons, why everybody else who was in that funeral has not been summoned in Nyeri, only Karongo Wadhangwa. Could it be just because he's a young person? Or could it be just because he seems not to have people backing him politically like others? Or what is the problem? Why should Karongo be summoned in Nyeri? And that is why we are here. And I'm very happy because Karongo has been brought by leaders from Kiambu, from Machakos, from Makueni, from Muranga, from Nyandarua. Tumekuja hapa kwa sababu we are getting worried. The trends at which the police is interfering with the political process and even religious processes of this country is very worrying in Mount Kenya. We are sleeping in fear. We are driving in fear. We are not even going to churches anymore because we are fearing we might be abducted along the way. It is time for us to speak because tusipoongea maneno haiendi vizuri. We would want to understand what's going on. Najua mnajua Honorable Mwadhi, the former MP for Lemuru, alikuwa ameshikwa Thursday night. Tukateta, tukaenda DCI, wakakataa kutufungulia mpaka mirango. Tukafanya presa hapo nje. So they never took any of our concerns. Only for Mwadhi to be dumped somewhere in Gong Road saa 10 asubuhi. Only after that, Mwadhi's friends and associates wenye wanafanya kazi na wao wakashikwa. Vijana wadogo wa kuuza mandazi, vijana wadogo wa kuuza kahawa, wanashikwa, wanapelekwa kwa DCI, wanaambiwa waandike statement kwa nini walikuwa wanaenda mazishi. Kwani siku hizi tutakuwa tunaomba ruhusa kwenda mazishi? Tutakuwa tunaomba ruhusa kwenda kanisa? No, it's getting out of hand, and that is why we are here. And we need the world to know what is going on. People are getting intimidated every day, abducted every day. Jana nilipigiwa simu na mama Akorwai akaniambia mtoto wake alipotea. Hivyo tu, mtoto anaitwa Shege alipotea tu hivyo, hajapatikana for about 6 months now, and nobody speaks, nobody is bothered. Mama Chege hana nguvu ya kuongea, sisi ambao tuko na nguvu ya kuongea lazima tutaongea. Kwa hivyo tunasema si lazima tuende kotini ndio tuwe uhuru, sababu katiba yetu ya Kenya imetupatia nafasi ya kuwa huru katika Kenya yetu. We are not going to be running to courts every day to get orders to allow us to go to church, to get orders to go to funerals, to get orders to go to weddings. No, the Kenyan Constitution has given us our rights, and our rights must be protected. And therefore, I want to address the police of this country. I want to remind them that the Constitution of Kenya has given them the mandate to do their work, but they are not mandated to interfere with religious and cultural and social activities of Kenyans. Hatutaacha kwenda mazishi kwa sababu polisi wanatushika. Hatutaacha kwenda kanisa kwa sababu wahubiri wanapatwa ama sisi tunapatwa. That must stop. Number 2, Kenya is now becoming a police state where everything has to be sanctioned by the police. Niliambiwa na rafiki yangu mwingine hapa amefanya pre-wedding pale Kiambu, ati akaletewa barua na DC kuambiwa ati usifanye pre-wedding party. Hatutakuwa tunafanya pre-weddings kwa sababu this is a police issue now? No. Kwa hivyo tumekuja hapa kuprotest, we are protesting. Karongo must be allowed to serve the people of Kiambu. If he has any issue to do with the police, he deserves to go to the nearest police station where he can afford. You can imagine, hata tulikuwa tunamfanyia fundraiser ya mafuta kwa sababu simu zake zote zimetanganyika, account yake hawezi access, so we can only fundraise to give him fuel to come to Nyeri. This is not going to be acceptable. We are not going to keep quiet anymore. Things are not okay. I want to understand why this kind of mistreatment and harassment is happening especially to the people of the mountain. Yeah, and we want our freedom back. We want to do our cultural events. We want to do our weddings. We want to attend to funerals. We want to go to church without further police interferences. Ma-DC na ma-chief waambiwe hata wao ni binadamu. And power is transient. Today they are using power to intimidate people, leaders. Tomorrow it will be them. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa. Said that we are feeling a little bit unsafe. We are now talking on WhatsApps. We cannot call each other using the normal phones because our phones are tapped, our phones are interfered with. We are fearing even when you go, like for me, I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I go to buy milk, I go to buy sukuma wiki. We are fearing because we don't know what is being planned around our lives. We are targeted. And this must stop. Let me tell you, coming out strongly to support Rigathi Gachagua doesn't mean that we supported a witch, doesn't mean that we supported a criminal. Even if he was a criminal, he is our son. That is why we have come with Karongo, because he's also our son. And we cannot be intimidated and being taken to the cycles of intimidation just because we came out and supported Rigathi Gachagua. And this is nonsense. And it must stop. We have a constitution, and I personally made that constitution. And I'm not going to keep quiet when we are being harassed. We are not going to keep quiet when our children are being abducted every day. Kuna kijana anauza kahawa kwa soko. Kijana kwa sababu alisema kwa hizi mitandao ya kwamba aliona wale watu walivamia kule Limuru kwa mazishi. Kijana birika zake zimechomwa, zimeharibiwa, vitu zake zimeharibiwa. Kijana amekuwa intimidated by the policemen. Kijana wa kuuza kahawa kwa soko, mnamuuliza nini? Kijana wa kuchoma metura, mnamuuliza nini? If really you have to harass people, then harass leaders, but leave the Kenyans alone to hustlers to do their jobs. This must stop, and we are saying it must stop, and we are going to scream loudest. Tukitoka hapa tunaenda kuripoti kila ofisi ambayo inahusika. We must put them on notice. This must stop. Let Karongo, Wadhangwa, let Wamushomba, let Senator Nyoto, let Senator Medho, let Kawajiro, and the rest of the people, the leaders, let them do their jobs, because we have a mandate given by the people of Kenya through the power of the vote. And you will not stop us from. Do you want to tell us now hatutakuwa tunaenda mazishi kwa sababu kuna jamaa amekasirika? Hatutakuwa tunazika watu wetu? Hatutakuwa tunaenda harambee kanisani ama hatutaenda ku worship kanisa kwa sababu kuna jamaa moja amekasirika? Hapana. Hapana, sisi si mapepo. Tuliambiwa sisi ni mapepo. We are not mapepo. We are human beings. We are Christian. Mimi nimeokoka na kulanga ile sadaka inaitwa aje? Sakramenti. Mimi nakulanga hiyo, nimeokoka. Sasa mtu ambaye amesema mimi nakulanga, sisi kuli sadaka, nakula sakramenti ya kanisa wa ARE PCA. Na sasa kwa hivyo mtu kusema mimi niko na pepo sababu nimepinga na nimesema hii na hii, hiyo ni kunikosea heshima.
Colleague and friend, Honorable Karungo Wadhangwa, the Senator for Kiambu, who has been unfairly targeted by this government. And I say unfairly targeted because, of course, everybody knows that Senator Karungo was a victim of the circumstances in Limuru. So we are confused that the victim now is being turned into the villain because nobody has been arrested. I mean, those young men that perpetrated that act, their images, their faces are everywhere on social media. The police have not bothered to arrest even a single one of them. So for them to tell Senator Karungo to come to Nyeri, the victim, we find it very interesting. And we are saying that if we allow our country to slide to where it is going, then we may have as well in the future have somebody knocked down by a motor vehicle and asked to compensate the motor vehicle owner, because that is exactly what is happening here. Senator Karungo was a victim, but he's now being turned into a villain to come and explain why he was attacked, while the attackers are well known. And we want to tell the government that we have been very observant. We have seen somebody in Lamu talking about how the Kikuyu should be isolated. We can see now how, Senator Karungo has been called here. Again, further isolation. We know that these things that have happened, like in Limuru, were organized and had the support of the government. And I dare say so, because if it did not have the support of the government, there would have been police in that particular venue. And as if that was not it, people should have been arrested by now. The guy in Lamu who said some very ethnic based comments, very bitter ones against, actually it was incitement, has not been arrested. And so we say this government has really lost direction. That is why now they are fighting everybody, including the churches. And they had isolated the Catholic Church. Now NCCK gave their own report yesterday, their own yesterday. And this is a government that has simply lost it. We have no demons operating in Kenya. What we are telling the government to do, go back to the crossroads. See where the rain started beating you. Otherwise, we refuse to be intimidated by government. And that is why we are here with Karungo Wadhangwa, who is being intimidated to say, we say no to intimidation. I think I want to stop it there.
Karungo Wadhangwa. And I can say I was among the abductees who were taken hostage by unmarked cars.
Unfortunate to be alive.
And I'm very fortunate to be very alive. And I'm very happy with these leaders who are here, among them others who are not here, that they put enough pressure that I was released, including my family. I want to thank you very much. But what is important is to know that we are not going to stop fighting for the cause that we are fighting. All we did is to go for a funeral. And that funeral belongs to a hustler. And I thought the narrative, though I wasn't on that side, the narrative of the current president regime was that they are going to hold hustlers' hands and lift them. Now they are lifting them into the grave. So what I want to say, and you hear me clear, it doesn't matter how many people you are going to harass, but we shall stand strong. Hapa hakuna mapepo. Nilisikia jana mtu aliita watu mapepo. Ati wale wanapinga Adani ni mapepo. Kwani nani alipeleka mjadala bunge na akasema ameondoa huo mjadala?
Ni pepo.
Ni nani?
Pepo ndio ilipeleka.
CDA. Yeye ndio alisimama akasema ya kwamba amekuja bunge na nimeondoa hii mjadala, hatutaki kuendelea na Adani. Alafu anasema sisi ndio tulipinga, sio sisi. Kwa hivyo kama anaitana mapepo, yeye ajua pepo ni nani, sio? Alafu pia unajua Adani walisema kule Marekani ya kwamba Adani walikuwa na kashifa. Kwa hivyo kama anaita mapepo, nataka kuambia Donald Trump umeitwa pepo. Kwa hivyo wachunge sana, tutakuwa tuko na tutaendelea kuwa.
So we are here to serve a court order that bars the police from effecting any arrests upon our client Senator Honorable Karongo Athang'wa. That is the anticipatory bill. Number 2, we are also here to answer to the unceremonious summons that was issued at night through unceremonious means. But nevertheless, because we are law-abiding citizens, we have decided to come and answer to them. We call them unceremonious because the victim is being pursued as if is the aggressor. Nevertheless, that's the country in which we are now currently living in. But we are here also to dramatize that the rule of law will supersede over the rule of man. Thank you. And then we'll have mentioned Senator Wakili. We have also been accompanied by various members of parliament and senators. We'll have them perhaps make a statement in solidarity with the Honorable Karongo Athang'wa. Manzo.
Yes, the incident which happened in Limuru, that the Senator for Kiambu, together with Mwathi, elected MCAs, Honorable Rigathi and others, were attacked at a funeral. And upon being attacked, you find that the person who is being attacked is the one who is being questioned, is the one who is being pursued. I want to say that the state, from the story of Mwathi, the state knows very well who the attackers were. They planned it. They even kidnapped the local MCA and Honorable Mwathi. And therefore, it is a time Kenyans must think very carefully about the rule of law. We are law-abiding citizens, and we don't want incidents like that to be repeated, where people, while are mourning and want to rest their ones who have left them, do not have peace at all, because state agents are attacking them in their own private homes, in a private function like a funeral. And therefore, we have come to support the Senator for Nairobi, for Kiambu, for having gone through such a difficult moment, and now the police are summoning or want to arrest him. Every single thing the president has promised, he has done the opposite. He has said he wants to unite Kenyans, but he's getting Kenyans more disgruntled and less united day by day. He says he wants to bring all communities together. He's actually segregating communities and making sure that some communities don't get a benefit at all, of what the state should be offering to all of us. So we want this word to be true. If he stands for the rule of law and he stands for the benefit, of every single Kenyan in this country, then we should not be having the Senator for Kiambu be summoned by the same police. And by the way, he says he doesn't know the kidnappers. We want to tell him we know the kidnappers. And from the story of Mwathi, if he wants to know, let him talk to Mwathi, let him talk to Bob Jagi, and he will tell him who the kidnappers are.
Kwanza niseme, mimi kama dama wa kule Kiambaa nimekuja hapa, nisimame na seneta wangu. Huyu senator sisi ni age mates. We are all below 40 years. Na tumeona kweli hii government yenye ilikuwa imesema ati ita support youth ni kuangamiza, inaangamiza. Msisahau kama vile mheshimiwa amesema alipigiwa na mama akiambiwa mtoto wake alipotea wakati wa maandamano ya Gen Z. Hivyo ndio walikuwa wanataka kufanya Karongo Athang'wa. Kama si mama moja wa Limuru akamchukua akamficha chini ya mattress, wallahi mtu angekuwa uhai. Angekuwa hai. As we are here to say this, starting with Mwathi and Karongo Athang'wa case, we are coming for everyone that has lost somebody. Kama kuna mtoto wako alipotea wakati wa Gen Z maandamano, it is your turn to talk. Najua mmeuziwa uoga, lakini saa hii tumesema aidhuru. Turaigo tokete ha muthenya wa umuthi nigetha turugume na Senator Karongo Athang'wa, niwe senator wakwa wa Kiambu. Na turaigo uguo tondu senator nanie twe below 40 years. Ni kuga riu ni hustlers na Gen Z nio maratangatagwo. Na hede ya maandamano ma Gen Z andu aria morire mere yao na nituramera riu tutie na guoya. Pepo ni araigire ira ithuĩ twĩ mapepo na niwe pepo, no niturenda kumuingata thiini wa ritwa ria Jesu. Mumere atumia othe na atumia othe a Kenya, atumia othe aginya Nyeri ino turi mwitikire tucoke maru tuhoere ciana icio ciakuire magenia igana rimwe ne tuhoere aria matigarite muoyo tani na Karungu na acimu aya meguku aria marenda kuninwo nigetha ati tutikarie we waga kwaria muno atumia please etekerai tuhoere bururi uyu witu na mwitikire tumire tondu mundu ni arenda gutunina no tondu kuri Ngai iguru ni wo guthira mbere wewe ndio pepo sisi pepo